Writing equations from points, either in a table or listed separately. In order to write an equation, you need to know one point and a slope. If you don't know the slope, then you need to be given at least 2 points so that you can find the slope. Let's take a look at an example. In this example, we're trying to write the equation of a line containing the point 3, 5 and having a slope of 4. In the linear equation, the m value is the slope. So since we know the slope is 4, that means we can erase and replace the m letter with the number 4. Now the only problem is we don't know the y-intercept or the b value. So we're going to have to use this point in this equation to help us figure out what b is. And we're going to do that by using the x and y coordinates as replacements for these variables. So let's review the values that we know. We need to identify an x coordinate, a y coordinate, and a slope value. So from the information we're given in red, we know the x coordinate is 3, the y coordinate is 5, and the slope value is 4. What we're going to do next is erase and replace those 3 letters. We're going to replace the y coordinate with the y value here. Notice I've color-coded it. So you have to make sure you're putting the numbers in the right positions. Once I erase the letters y, m, and x and replace them with the correct values, it will look like this. Now, all I need to do is compute 4 times 3 and then solve for b. In order to solve for b, I'm going to need to subtract 12 from both sides. When I do that, I find the b value of -7. Now I've found the 2 values that I need, the slope, which is 4, and the b, or the y-intercept value, which is -7. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to take my y equals mx plus b sentence, and this time I'm only going to erase the m and the b. And I'm going to replace them with the values we determined. This is the equation of the line. Let's try it again. Write the equation of the line containing the following information. The slope value is 3, and the x value is 2. The y value is 4. In my linear equation, I'm going to erase and replace these 3 letters. I'm going to erase the y and replace it with a 4. I'm going to erase the m and replace it with a 3. Now when I erase the x, I'm going to replace it with parentheses first because these numbers multiply each other, and the x value is 2. I'm going to compute 3 times 2, and then I'm going to solve for b. Now I know that my b value is -2 and my m value is 3. My b value is -2 and my m value is 3. So when I go back to my original equation, this time I'm only going to erase the m and the b. The values I will put there are 3 for m and -2 for b. So since the b is a -2, I'm also going to erase the plus sign. Let's try this again. M is -2, x is 6, and y is 1. In my equation, I'm going to erase and replace the y value, the m value, and the x value. Notice when I replace my x value, I use parentheses. Now I will compute and solve for b. You're not done until you write the entire equation with the new m value and the new b value. Now you should try 2 on your own. Pause the video and try these 2 questions. Now let's check your answers.